Jonathan's going to take it away. Hi, everybody. I'm going to share my presentation so that y'all can see. Hold on just a minute. All right, is everybody good here? And so, welcome. My name is Eileen Borders, as we said. I have on a bookkeeping company called On Time Bookkeeping, and today I'm here to share some tips and advice to all of the small business owners about your finances. So I'm going to talk about two main topics. First is how to choose a bookkeeping system in case you don't have one or are not sure if the one that you have is right for you. And second, a few common bookkeeping misconceptions many small businesses have about their finances. So whether you've been in business for a few years or just starting out, you're going to want a way to easily consolidate all of your financial activity in one place. One way to start thinking about what might work for you is to sit down and write out all the different activities you do for your business that involve money. So this should include everything from in your revenue pipeline, from invoicing your customers to collecting payments and getting that money into the bank, paying bills for supplies to buying and managing inventory, maybe your business that tracks the financial success of certain projects, jobs, or specific business functions like many contractors do. You may have staff, or you may just want to know how to pay yourself and also not to forget to file taxes for payroll, sales tax, or any other taxing authorities for your industry and location. And someday you may want to grow to a point where you want to gather data on your operations and analyze it further to grow the business of your different business lines. So now you have this list of functions for your business, maybe more than you thought. There are so many options out there, and most people just say, give me the cheapest solution. I don't need anything fancy. But really, every business is different. As a solopreneur, you may be able to get away with a spreadsheet at first, tracking your income and expenses. And there's some really great Excel templates out there, but will it compare everything to what your bank statement says? Will it give you a balance sheet? What if you need a loan and the bank asks for formal financial statements? This is where a formal system comes into play because they take all the bits and pieces and put them together into fancy reports for you. Now, from a budget standpoint, you have everything from Wave, which is essentially free, to the very popular QuickBooks, and all the way to the large industry-specific management systems. All the online systems have what are called integrations you can add on to make your life easier. Some will cost a fee. Most of them are free. These are things like connecting to your bank account to pull all of your transactions in, CRM systems to help track your sales and pipelines, payroll processors, bill payment, and timekeeping systems, to name a couple more. Except for Excel, all of the systems I show here allow you to invoice your customers and collect payments directly for a small fee from their respective merchant services. And that is pretty much a given. If you collect payments electronically, prepare to pay for the privilege. Now, let's move on to some common misconceptions. And some might be considered a mistake or a faux pas, if you will. If you suffered from any of these, don't worry, you are not alone and they're all easily fixed. So first off is not to mix and mingle your money. So unlike networking, which we're here today, it is really important to keep your business and personal funds separate. Why? So you can more easily track your business is doing, how your business is doing without the noise of personal expenses like trips to the grocery store or paying your dog walker. But on a more serious note, if a legal action were ever taken against your business, your personal funds could be reviewed and impacted if they're all combined together. You may be concerned about how to do this if you're a small business and you don't have a lot of activity. For the time being, just open a small account with your existing bank. It makes transfers much easier. Most banks allow up to 6 transfers between accounts each month, which is about 1 or 2 a week, which is usually quite sufficient. Also, if you have 2 credit cards in your pocket, limit one of them just to business use for now until you build some credit. And yes, it may be in your name, which I just very well told you not to do, but this should be considered a short-term solution. Now, if you're a professional organizer out there, they might not like me saying this, but it's okay at this point to hoard your receipts as long as it's in a virtual way. Okay, so keeping your receipts is very important for record keeping purposes. to justify your expenses in the rare event your finances are audited or reviewed. Think of it like insurance. It's good to have as a just in case. But we are always trying to keep it simple, so snap a pic with your phone and use an app to load it into your Wave or QuickBooks. Then everything is all together. In terms of deposits, if you do accept checks or cash from your customers, it's always best practice to make a copy of the check with your deposit slip. In addition to recording it in your accounting software, the image also provides proof of payment, and the dated deposit slip shows when you took it to the bank. Many banks do often provide this on their website, but remember, banks make mistakes too, okay? So do not rely on them 100% for accuracy. You, the business owner, are ultimately responsible for every transaction. Now, this is going to sound a little weird, but money is not all the same in the sense that, so a common thought among small business owners is if I have money in the bank, I'm okay. And that's a good start, but it's not always the best indicator of success or failure. There are many activities that are cash-based, but don't immediately impact your profit. These may impact operations, however. For example, taking out a loan is not income, but it can be used to purchase inventory or buy a new piece of equipment, neither of which may actually be a direct expense at that moment. You may also collect payments from customers who paid on account. That revenue may have already been recorded in a previous period. On the flip side, sales on credit won't get you more cash in the bank right away, but it will improve your profit. Just like paying for items you purchased on your company credit card. There are also non-cash transactions that impact overall net income, such as depreciation of assets you just purchased with that loan. So what does that mean exactly? So let's say you bought a car for your business to travel to your client locations. That car cost, a pretty penny, but you saved up and paid cash for it. That cost won't be recorded all at once on your profit and loss statement. It will be spread out over the life of the car, which let's say is 5 years. So instead of recording a $40,000 expense all in 1 year, you will probably only record $8,000 over a 5-year period. But the only cash impact is in year 1. So I just got really nerdy and accounting there. Apologize for that. But there's something else I also get passionate about. Just because you have QuickBooks doesn't mean you will know the correct way of using it or have the time to actually do it yourself. I can't tell you how many times I hear people not accept my service because I have QuickBooks, I'm good. There are so many tools within these systems. Most people take months or even years to figure it out. I'm certified and I still probably don't know every single tool out there, to be perfectly honest. Now, that's not to say that you can't learn. We're all brave, strong, powerful women here. And people out in the world. We can use the training videos and blogs to teach us and spend Friday nights doing our finances because we have that kind of time, right? I mean, I have a basement full of power tools, but I'm no master carpenter. I know the basics and things I do around my house are, fine. But if a professional contractor came in and saw it, let's be real, they'd smile and bite their tongue. And truth be told, I don't really want to take the time to learn how to use all the functions of my power saw because it scares me in all truth. So here's my plug. Don't be afraid to call your local bookkeeper and accountant and ask for help. It will keep you successful and allow you to focus on growing your business. If nothing else, it's getting reassurance that you're doing things the right way. Okay, so that's what I have to say. Again, my name is Eileen Borders with On Time Bookkeeping. I want to thank you for listening, and please feel free to reach out or let me know if you have any questions.
Fantastic. I loved it. I actually, it's so true, when I talk to people, and I'm a QuickBooks person myself, and I completely understand what you mean